concerned about bigness of banks and protection, you have to look to the Fed, you have to look to the monetary system, you have to understand why fractional reserve system is given to us by the government, but it's not the free market. So
it is the free market. Guess what? The Federal Reserve did not tell people to buy their life on a credit card. Nobody told them to do that. All right, that was their willful choice. They voted for Ronald Reagan. There was a choice, especially in second term for Ronald Reagan. Okay, one guy was saying, let's pay our bills, and Ronald Reagan was saying, fuck that, let's do some more tax cutting. I mean, this is how we got into this mess is pretty fucking obvious, and it's not some fucking conspiracy. It's a bunch of willful choices to just keep on deficit spending and pretending we weren't doing it.
Concern is correct. Be concerned about monopolies. But if you look deeply, you're going to find out that any true monopoly can't exist without the protection of government.
I mean, what a pile of shit. All right? I mean, it's just complete nonsense. I mean, one of those Google guys, I've used this example, I'll use it again, though, just because it's fun. You know, his wife has gotten into the genetic engineering business. Is there realistically any asshole who's going to be stupid enough to try to compete with her business? I mean, really, he's only got $20 billion, all right? I mean, he can lose $10 million for like 500 fucking years, all right? There's no way you're going to compete with that business, and you'd be an idiot to try. I mean, come on, that's the reality you're talking about. I mean, it's just bullshit. You're not going to be able to compete with the king. The king will put you out of business.
We can fully discuss socialism versus freedom, and you're for socialism. I am not. But you're mixed up about Ronald Reagan. I voted against all his budgets. He talked good about the marketplace, but deficits skyrocketed. He expanded government. The biggest...
Yeah, well, then why did you put a picture of you and him on the front page of your website when you were running for president? Why was he on the front page of your website? If you don't like his policy, if you didn't like his implementation, then why is he on the website?
This building here in Washington, D.C. is named after Ronald Reagan. So there's some confusion out there about Ronald Reagan being a great capitalist. He was a friend, and he was supportive and talked good. But believe me, government grew by leaps and bounds. So if you don't like what happened with Ronald Reagan, it's because the government grew.
Well, yeah, again, so why did you have his picture on your the first page of your website? Why? I guess you're just trying to fool people, right? You're trying to play it both ways. I'll ride the good, positive Ronald Reagan wave, and then when it's to my convenience to point out how Ronald Reagan was voodoo economics, you know, then I'll rail against that. So you're just playing both sides of that street, aren't you? You little manipulative weasel.
It did under both Bushes. Government has grown because they acted like Democrats. They did exactly what you're talking about. They've expanded government. They expanded regulations. And we're not...
They didn't expand regulations, but they certainly expanded the military, just like Reagan did. That's the military-industrial complex. They certainly are feeding the little Star Wars umbrella. You know, they're $10-12 billion a year thrown down that toilet. And now we're spending the money, not even in this country, now we're spending it in Poland. We're building the umbrella over in Poland.
I'm talking about that. We're talking about the Constitution, the rule of law, individual liberty, personal civil liberties. We're talking about not wasting all this money overseas. But
yeah, you're just talking about a bunch of rich people running the world. That's all, a bunch of people who inherited their money. They sit on their control, and they just play with the little pawns. You're talking about a world made for the second row of chess pieces, not the first row.
Got to have a little confidence in freedom. If you have confidence in freedom of the individual to run his own life and not be told how the government to what they can do with their life, why do you want to tell everybody what to do with their money?
Yeah, because there's consequences to what they do with their money. Money is made out of human productivity, out of work. And if somebody's squandering it and wasting it, yes, the worker should be offended. The people should be offended.
That's how we got in this trouble. If you like the Grand Depression, you're...
Yeah, well, if you like monarchy, then you're the man, right? Your philosophy is exactly where you want to go. If you want to turn America back into a monarchy, well, we're already almost there because of your policies, but yeah, you're the blueprint. That's right. Free up the rich. Give the rich more liberty to own and enslave their fellow man.
support for what you're talking about will take this recession and turn it into a depression, because we had all the...
Yeah, well, it's already a depression. Like I said, that's already written in the cards. We've got unsustainable liabilities. We have no way to pay them back. You're not going to be able to extract $70 trillion worth of productivity from the American labor force. They're already had it. They're on antidepressants. They can't stand the life that you've given them already, you dumb fuck. They're already giving you the finger. Alright, so fuck you. You're not going to get the money.
The evil intervention of Herbert Hoover, spending and taxing and regulating and tariffs. And then we had Roosevelt, and he expanded everything Hoover did. So...
Yeah, exactly. He's in the middle of a depression and a war, so you're going to keep talking about that like it's the same context. It's not the same context. It's a different world. All right, and it required people to act a different way. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of productive work and getting no return for it because they did it for their country. Dumb fuck.
Well, no, there is no doubt. History is on our side of this argument that...
Yeah, newsflash. History points exactly to how your side of the argument loses. Okay, the consolidation of wealth is the #1 enemy of the human race.
Fascism and communism and socialism and welfare.
Yeah, welfarism. Yeah, exactly. And freedom and fairness, those things don't mean a damn thing to you. Not a damn fucking thing.
And intervention in the bedroom and policing the world.
Yeah, well, exactly. Who's interfering in the bedroom? Where's that policy? Point to me the Obama bedroom interference policy. No, you're the fucktard who tried to pass a constitutional amendment telling every American they must perceive the combination of a sperm and an egg as a human fucking being. You dumb prick.
It's coming to an end because we can't afford it. The Soviet system collapsed because their government was too big. Our system is on the verge.
No, well, they collapsed for a lot of reasons, but a lot of them were just politically stupid choices, okay? They decided to go with the Gorbachev thing, and it turned out to be a big fucking mistake.
To collapse because we can't afford this monstrous government any longer.
Right, and the Soviets, when they turned into when they decided to do the American free enterprise thing, what the fuck happened? You know, 50 families now own 90% of the Soviet Union. Bravo. Capitalism works so fucking good.
That's it for